Alaina, one of the hardest things for English learners isn't grammar or vocabulary. It's that moment before speaking. When you want to start a conversation, but your brain suddenly says, nope.
Oh, yes. That silent panic moment. You look at someone, you want to say hi, but all your confidence disappears. And then you walk away thinking, I should have said something.
Exactly. If that sounds familiar, this episode is for you. Today, we're going to help you start conversations in English naturally and confidently, whether you're talking to a classmate, a coworker, or even a stranger on the street.
And don't worry, sounding perfect. It's about making real connections through English. We'll show you simple ways to start small talk, keep the flow, and actually enjoy speaking.
Before we begin, if you love improving your English through real conversations like this, don't forget to subscribe and follow our podcast. That way, you can practice English daily with Marcus and Alaina, just like chatting with friends.
All right, let's start with something we all experience, that feeling of nervousness before speaking. Why does it happen, and how can you overcome it?
It all starts with mindset. When we think, I must say everything perfectly, our brain freezes. But if we think, I just want to connect, the pressure goes away. The goal is not to impress someone. The goal is to make them feel comfortable.
Yes, and confidence doesn't mean being loud or talkative. It means being comfortable enough to start small. Even a simple, hey, how's your day going, is already powerful.
You'd be surprised how often small talk leads to meaningful connections. It could be with a classmate, someone in line at a cafe, or even a person at work. It's these tiny moments that help you build your English fluency naturally.
So, Marcus, what's the first thing people should know before starting a conversation in English?
That the energy you bring matters more than the words you use. People remember how you made them feel, not whether your grammar was perfect. If you smile, make eye contact, and show genuine interest, your words will flow naturally.
That's such an important reminder. Sometimes we focus too much on vocabulary lists and we forget the emotional side of speaking. But confidence grows from practice and from being kind to yourself when you make mistakes.
Exactly. Every time you start a conversation, you're training your English muscle. It's just like going to the gym. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes.
And if you think, I don't know what to talk about, don't worry. We'll explore simple, real-life examples, from talking about the weather to asking that feel natural.
Yes, and we'll also show you how to listen so the other person enjoys talking with you, too. Because good conversation isn't sided. It's a rhythm between two people.
So let's start small. Think of the last time you wanted to talk to someone silent. Now imagine you had the confidence to just smile and say, hey, nice day today, right?
Or, hi, I like simple, friendly, natural, and enough to begin a real connection. That's what they're all about. Learning to start small and speak often.
Every hello is a chance to grow your English and your
Exactly. So stay with us as we go step by step of conversation. By the end, you'll feel ready to start talking to anyone, anywhere in English. Alaina, the biggest fears English learners have is just starting. It's that moment before the first word.
Yes, that hesitation. Voice in your head that says, what if I say it, or what if they don't understand me?
Exactly. And I think we've all been, even native speakers get nervous when starting conversations sometimes.
That's true. Confidence means never feeling nervous, but really about doing it anyway.
Right. You feel the fear, but you speak anyway. Because at a conversation, you build that confidence muscle.
And you don't have to, you just have to be friendly. A smile, a simple, already halfway there.
I like that. You don't vocabulary. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need connection.
Exactly. Think about it. When someone says, hi, how are you? You don't think, What is their goal? You just respond.
True. People respond to not your accent or mistakes. So if you're kind and positive, people want to talk to you.
And here's a little trick for confidence. Prepare a few starter lines before you need them.
Oh, that's smart. Like having a few tools in your pocket. Can you give an example?
Sure. Imagine you're at a cafe. You can say, "This place smells amazing. Have you been here before?" Simple, friendly, and natural.
I like that. Or at work, you could say, "How's your morning going?" Or "Did you watch the game last night?"
Yes, everyday small talk opens big doors. People love to share a little about themselves.
And even if you don't understand everything they say, that's okay. Just listen for keywords and respond with interest.
You can say things like, "Oh, really?" Or "That's interesting," or "I didn't know that." Those are great conversation helpers.
So it's not about saying a lot, it's about keeping the flow going.
Exactly. Think of a conversation like a friendly game of ping pong. You don't hit hard, you just keep the ball moving.
That's such a great way to put it. A natural back and forth.
You can even practice alone before real conversations.
Practice alone? You mean like shadowing or talking to yourself?
Yes, both are great. For example, you can stand in front of a mirror and say, "Hi, my name is," or "How's your day?"
I used to do that when I learned Spanish. It felt strange at first, but it worked.
Right? It helps your mouth and brain get comfortable forming sentences. So when the real moment comes, your brain says, "Hey, I've done this before."
That's powerful. It's like training before the game.
Exactly. You don't want your first conversation to be your first practice.
And another good step is listening to real-life conversations in movies, podcasts, or even YouTube videos.
Yes, because listening helps you pick up rhythm and expressions. Then, when you speak, it sounds more natural.
And here's a little mindset tip. Don't think, "I need to be perfect." Think, "I'm learning while speaking."
Yes, that mindset changes everything. Mistakes aren't failures, they're proof that you're using your English.
So true. If you never make a mistake, it means you're not speaking enough.
I tell my students, if you make a mistake, smile. It means you're growing.
And people remember your kindness, not your grammar. That's what keeps conversations going.
Exactly. So, to sum up this part, if you want to start a conversation, don't wait for perfect English. Start with a smile, a friendly question, and an open attitude.
I love that. It's like saying, "I may not be perfect, but I'm curious." And curiosity is a superpower in language learning.
Absolutely. Curiosity leads to connection, and connection builds confidence.
So, what's next? Maybe in the next part, we can share some real phrases you can use in daily life.
Yes, phrases for different situations. At work, at school, or with new people, that's going to be super useful.
Can't wait. Let's help our listeners sound more natural and confident everywhere they go.
So, Marcus, let's dive into the practical part now. Let's talk about real phrases you can use to start a conversation in different situations.
Perfect. Let's begin with one of the easiest, saying hello to someone new. You can simply start with "hi," or "hey," or even "good morning."
Yes, those are classic, but you can also make it a little more friendly by adding something like, "Hi, how's it going?" Or "Hey, how's your day?"
Those sound so natural, and you can use them with almost anyone, at work, in class, or even when you meet a neighbor.
Exactly. And if you're not sure what to say next, you can ask a simple question about the situation. For example, "It's your first time here?" Or "Do you come here often?"
Those work great at social places, like a gym, a coffee shop, or an English class.
Right. And remember, your goal isn't to have a long conversation immediately. You just want to start one.
Yes, just opening the door. Once you start, it becomes easier to continue.
Let's look at another setting, work or school. If you see someone you know a little but not well,
For example, listen first, then add something like, "That's interesting," or "I totally agree," or even, "That happened to me once."
exactly. That's a gentle way to join without interrupting. You show you're listening and want to participate.
And if you want to ask a question, you can say, "Can I ask you something about that?" Or, "Oh, where did that happen?"
Perfect. Questions keep people talking. The more they talk, the easier it is for you to respond.
Right, because then you can focus on listening, not worrying about what to say next.
Yes, that's one of my favorite tips. Let the other person do most of the talking at first.
It's like turning a conversation into a story. You just encourage them to share.
Exactly. And when they finish, you can add something about yourself. Oh, I've been there too. Or that sounds amazing.
Small talk becomes real talk, little steps of connection.
Speaking of small talk, let's list a few topics that are always safe and friendly.
Let's see. Weather, hobbies, food, movies. Those are easy.
Yes, and they work in almost every culture. It's really sunny today, isn't it? Or I love this weather.
Or, have you watched any good movies lately? That one always gets people talking.
Oh, yes, people love to share what they've watched or where they've traveled. It's personal, but too personal.
And it gives you something to respond to. Like, if they say, "I went to the beach," you can say, "That sounds relaxing. Which beach?"
Keep the conversation flowing by asking open questions, questions that need more than yes or no.
So instead of asking, "Do you like music?" ask, "What kind of music do you like?"
Perfect example. It opens up more space to talk.
Another nice one is, "How do you spend your weekends?" It's simple, but interesting.
Yes, and it works with classmates, coworkers, or even strangers at an event.
You know what else helps? Reacting naturally. Like, "Wow, really? No way." Those small words keep the rhythm.
Exactly. Those are conversation glue. They show emotion and interest, which keeps people comfortable.
And if the person doesn't respond much, don't panic. Sometimes people are shy or busy.
True. You can smile, say something polite like, nice talking to you, and move on. It's okay if not every conversation becomes deep.
I love that you said that because sometimes learners think, "Didn't go long, I failed." But that's not true.
Not at all. Every time you speak English, you succeed. EO is progress.
And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. One day, you'll realize you started a conversation without even thinking.
That's the magic moment, when English feels natural, not forced.
So in this part, we covered greetings, questions, and small talk topics.
Yes, and next, we'll explore how to keep a conversation going, what to say after the first few lines.
That's the key to sounding fluent and confident in English. You know, Alaina, another common place where people struggle to start a conversation is at things like parties, community gatherings, or even weddings.
Oh, yes, that's one of the hardest because everyone seems to already know someone, and it can feel awkward to approach new people.
Exactly. You stand there, scanning the room, wondering how to start talking without sounding strange.
I've been there too. But most people are just as nervous as you are. Everyone wants to connect, they just don't always know how.
True. So what can you do? The first step is to look for friendly, open body language. Smiling, not too deep in conversation, maybe standing alone or waiting for something.
Then use a simple comment happening around you. For example, the music here is great, isn't it? Or, decoration, did you see the lights outside? Or, the food smells amazing. Have you tried it yet?
You're just showing interest, being friendly, and giving the other person an easy way to respond.
Right. And if they respond positively, you can continue with small, light questions. Do you come to events like this often? Or how do you know the host?
Exactly. That question, how do you know the host, works like magic at parties. It immediately gives you both something in common to talk about.
And then naturally move to topics like hobbies, travel, or work. For example, what do you do for fun? You've been traveling recently. What kind of movies or shows do you like?
Those are open-ended questions that invite longer answers. You're not forcing the conversation, you're letting it flow.
Also, don't worry about silence. Sometimes people pause to think. You can smile, nod, and then say something, that's interesting, or, oh, I've always wanted to try that.
Yes, those short phrases, that's interesting. Really? I didn't know that. Are your best friends. They keep the conversation alive and show.
Another important thing is tone. Keep your voice light and friendly. Yes. Even if you make a small grammar mistake, people won't care if you sound positive and kind.
In fact, your tone and smile are more powerful than your words. People remember how you make them feel, not how perfect your grammar is.
Let's give a little.
Imagine you're at a friend's birthday party. You see someone standing alone near the snack table.
You walk up and say, hey, these snacks are really good, right?
They smile and say, yeah, especially the chips. I can't stop eating them.
You laugh and say, same here. I think I've had like 10 already. So how do you know Sarah?
Oh, I work with her at the design studio.
Really? That's cool. I've heard she's super creative. What kind of projects do you do there?
Like that, you're having a conversation. Natural, friendly, and fun.
I love that. It shows how a small comment can open a door to connection.
Yes, and sometimes you'll meet people from other countries or backgrounds. That's a great chance to practice English and learn something new.
Definitely. You can say, where are you from? Or how long have you been living here?
And if you want to make it even more natural, add a small personal comment, like, oh, I've always wanted to visit your country, or that sounds like a place.
Those little comments make your English sound more human, more emotional, more connected.
And don't forget to listen actively. If they mention something interesting, follow up. For example, if they say, I just moved here, you can ask, oh, really? What made you decide to move?
Exactly. Good conversation isn't about saying a lot. It's about showing and care.
Sometimes you might meet someone quiet or shy. In that case, don't force it. Keep it light and short. Even small exchanges can be meaningful.
And if you want to end a short chat politely, you can say, it was nice talking to you. I'll see you around.
That's perfect. Talk positively, leaving a good impression.
So, to summarize this part, remember these key tips. Look for friendly body language. Start with an easy comment about the surroundings. Ask open questions like, how do you know the host? Keep your tone warm and relaxed, and end politely when it feels natural.
I like that list. Short, clear, and easy to practice every day.
Yes, and when you start doing this often, it becomes natural. You'll realize that most people actually enjoy a simple, friendly chat.
And the more you do it, the more confident you'll feel starting any conversation anywhere.
You know, Marcus, one of the easiest ways to start a conversation is to simply talk about what's around you, the place, the weather, or what's happening in that moment.
That's such an underrated skill. People think they need something deep or clever to say, but actually, noticing your surroundings gives you instant conversation material.
Exactly. Imagine you're standing in line for coffee. You could say something simple like, this line is longer than usual today, or the smell of coffee is amazing, isn't it?
Yes, that works perfectly because you're talking about something both people are experiencing right now. It feels natural.
And it doesn't sound forced. You're not jumping into a big topic. You're just sharing a small observation. That's what we call small talk.
Right. And small talk often turns into bigger talk. Once the person responds, you can ask a light question like, do you come here often? Or what's your favorite drink?
Those are great, and they show interest without being too personal.
Let's give a short example of how that might sound in real life.
Okay, you're waiting for your bus, and there's someone next to you.
You smile and say, "Looks like the bus is running late again."
The person laughs and says, "Yeah, it's always late on Mondays."
Then you reply, "True. Maybe it's because of the traffic."
Probably. It's so bad in the mornings.
And there you go. You're having a simple, friendly exchange. You don't need anything complicated.
These small moments are where real English practice happens. You're not memorizing grammar rules. You're living the language.
Absolutely. And the more you practice, the easier it becomes. Soon, you won't even think about it. You'll just do it.
Another great example is talking about the weather. People do it all the time, and it's a safe, friendly topic.
Yes, especially in English-speaking countries. You could say, "It's so sunny today, isn't it? I wasn't expecting this much rain. I think winter came early this year."
Those are simple, but they open doors, and the other person will probably agree, laugh, or share their own thought. Yeah, I had to wear two jackets today.
You can then follow up with another easy question like, "Do you like this kind of weather?" Or, or "Is it usually this cold where you're from?"
That's a great one because it also leads to cultural exchange. Maybe they're from another country or city, and now you've got something more to talk about.
Exactly. And if you're in a new place, like a park, museum, or cafe, you can comment on the environment. "This place has such a nice atmosphere. I love the music they're playing. The coffee here tastes really good."
Yes, and you can follow that with a question like, have you been here before? Or do you know any other nice places like this?
It's so natural. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're just being curious.
You can even use shared experiences like waiting for something, watching a show, or attending a class. For example, that was a really interesting presentation, or the teacher explained that really well.
And if you're sitting next to someone at an event, a simple comment like, "This is a great talk, isn't it?" can open a friendly conversation immediately.
I love how easy that sounds when you practice it slowly. Many English learners overthink it, but these small comments are what native speakers do all the time.
True. It's all about noticing what's happening and using it to connect.
And here's a small tip. You can prepare 2 or 3 go-to lines that you feel comfortable using.
That's a smart idea. For example, "I really like this place," or "This event is fun." Simple, short, and always useful.
Once you get used to saying them, your brain stops freezing when you're nervous. You'll just say it naturally.
Exactly. Because confidence comes from repetition. The more times you start a small conversation, the more natural it becomes.
It's like learning to ride a bike. A little shaky at first, but soon it feels easy and even fun.
Let's give one more mini example for our listeners to shadow and repeat.
Okay, this park is so peaceful today.
Yeah, it's nice to get some fresh air.
Totally. Do you come here often?
Not really, but I think I'll start.
Perfect. Simple, friendly, and easy to remember.
So if you're listening, try saying those lines out loud. Practice them while walking, at a cafe, or in your head during the day.
And remember, starting small is the secret. You don't need to talk for 10 minutes. A short, kind comment is enough to begin.
Exactly. You're not trying to be perfect. You're just practicing connection, one moment at a time.
I love that, Marcus. Real English learning happens through real moments. Even when you just say, nice weather today.
And sometimes that tiny moment turns into a great conversation or even a friendship.
That's the beauty of it. Language is about people, not perfection.
You know, Elena, one thing people often forget when starting conversations is that listening is just as important as speaking.
Oh, yes. Sometimes we focus so much on what to say next that we stop really listening. But when you listen carefully, it becomes easier to respond naturally.
Exactly. And good listening shows interest. It tells the other person, I care about what you're saying. That alone makes any.
Definitely. You don't have to talk all the time. Sometimes a simple reaction like, really? Oh, I see, or that's interesting, can keep the conversation going beautifully.
Those little reactions are powerful. They show the speaker you're engaged and that you want to hear more.
Right. Let's give a small example. Imagine someone says, I usually go jogging every morning. You can reply with, really? How long do you usually run?
Perfect. You're not changing the topic, you're asking something related. That's what keeps conversations natural.
Yes, and it feels relaxed. You're not forcing it. You're building from what the other person says.
That's the heart of good communication, through curiosity.
Exactly. And another way to respond naturally is to share a little bit about yourself after showing interest. For example, if someone says, I love reading, oh, me too. What kind of books do you like? I usually read in the evenings.
That's great. It creates balance, a mix of asking and sharing. That's what makes a conversation flow.
Right. If you only ask questions, it can feel like but if you only talk about yourself, it becomes a monologue.
That's why I tell my students, think of a conversation like a tennis match. You hit the ball, then wait for the other person to return it. Fourth, that rhythm is what makes it enjoyable.
I love that metaphor, and it helps English learners understand timing. You don't have to rush your words. Take a moment to listen, then respond with something connected.
Yes, and words to keep the rhythm, like, yeah, I know, that's right, or even just a friendly laugh.
Exactly. Those sound simple, but they make your English sound warm.
Let's try another mini example.
I started learning guitar last month.
Oh, nice. How's it?
Pretty good. My fingers hurt, though.
Yeah, that happens at the beginning. Keep practicing. It gets.
See? That's a short but friendly exchange. Simple sentences, real emotion, and active listening.
That's what learners should focus on. Perfect grammar, but real connection.
Absolutely. And one more useful trick. Repeat part of what the other person says. It shows that you're paying attention.
Like if someone says, I love hiking on weekends, you can respond with, hiking? That sounds fun. Where do you go?
Exactly. Repeating one key word makes it clear that you're engaged, and it also buys you time to think of what to say next.
That's so helpful, especially when you're nervous. It gives your brain a second to while still keeping the flow.
Yes, and your tone matters too. If you sound curious or excited, people naturally open up more.
Definitely. Even if your grammar isn't perfect, a warm tone and genuine smile can do all the work.
That's something every English learner should remember. Communication is emotional, not just grammatical.
I couldn't agree more. You can have perfect vocabulary, but still sound distant if your tone is flat. But if you show emotion, like surprise, interest, or kindness, your English will sound alive.
Exactly. Exactly. Think about it. Saying, "Oh, really?" with a smile sounds much friendlier than just saying, "Oh, really?" in a monotone voice.
So true. That's why I tell my students, practice your reactions too. You can stand in front of a mirror and say phrases like, "That's cool," or "No way," while smiling. It really helps.
Yes, I do that sometimes. It's like training your face and voice to sound warm and expressive.
And you'll notice, when you show that energy, people respond the same way. Conversations become easier because both sides feel comfortable.
That's true in any language, but especially in English, where tone and body language matter so much.
So, to summarize this part, listen carefully, react naturally, ask or share something connected, use tone and emotion.
Perfect summary, Marcus. These are small steps, but they build big confidence.
Yes, and remember, conversation you have is a chance to grow. Even short ones, like saying hi to a neighbor or chatting with a cashier.
Exactly. Every little bit counts.
Now that we've learned how questions and respond naturally, let's go one step further. How do you keep a conversation alive? Because starting is one thing, but continuing it, that's where real connection begins.
That's where fluency shines. Many learners can ask simple questions like, "Where are you from?" or "What do you do?" But after that, they get stuck. They don't know how to keep it flowing.
Exactly. So the goal here is to build conversation flow, that easy back and forth rhythm that native speak. And don't worry, it's not magic. It's a skill absolutely learn.
Let's start with a simple principle. React what the other person says. Don't just ask and move on. Use reaction words like, "Really? That's cool." "No way." "Oh, I see."
For example, if someone says, "I went hiking," don't just say, "Oh, nice." You can respond with something like, "Wow, that sounds fun. Where did you go?" Or, "I've always wanted to try hiking. Was it difficult?"
See what Marcus did there? He reacted and then added a question. That's how you turn a one-line reply real conversation.
You can also add a small personal comment to keep the energy going. For example, "I love hiking too." Or, "I'm not really an outdoor person, but that sounds amazing."
It makes the talk more human, like you're sharing, not just collecting answers.
Let's try another example. Suppose someone says, "I just got back from a vacation." You could reply, "Oh, that's awesome. Where did you go?" Or, "Lucky you. I haven't traveled in months."
Perfect. Notice how these responses include emotion words. Awesome. Lucky you. I haven't traveled. They sound natural and friendly.
That's the secret. Emulates connection. You don't have to be dramatic. Just add a little feeling.
Another technique is using follow-up questions. They show that you're listening and want to know more.
Yes. For example, as "I work as a nurse." You could say, "Oh, really? What kind of hospital do you work in?" Or, "How long have you been doing that?"
You're not just asking questions randomly, building on their answers. It's like a chain. Each answer gives you a new link.
Exactly. And if you ever run out of things to ask, use the comment plus question formula. It always works. "I like that too. What got you into it?" Or, "That sounds interesting. Do you do it often?"
This keeps things smooth and natural.
Now, sometimes the other person might give short answers. "Yeah, it was fine. Not really." Don't panic. Just try a different topic or share a little about yourself to reopen the door.
For example, if they say, "My weekend was okay," you can reply, "Yeah, sometimes weekends just go by fast, right? I watched a movie to relax. What about you?"
That's a nice way to show understanding and gently invite them to talk more.
Let's also talk about energy. When you sound interested, better. Even simple phrases can sound warm if your tone is friendly.
Definitely. If you speak with flat energy, even perfect grammar won't help. But with energy, small mistakes sound charming.
That's so true. You don't have to sound like a native speaker. You just have to sound like someone who cares about the conversation.
And when the flow is good, you'll notice something amazing. About grammar. You just talk.
That's the sweet spot, and it happens faster than most learners think.
Sum up this part, remember 3 things. React to what the other person says, add small emotions or comment, use follow-up questions to keep it flowing.
These 3 steps will make any conversation feel alive.
In the next part, we'll explore how to handle awkward moments and exit conversations politely. Those moments can make you nervous, but they're totally manageable once you know what to say.
So, Marcus, we've talked about different a conversation. Greetings, questions, compliments, and even small talk. Even when we try, the conversation doesn't go the way we expect.
You're right. Sometimes, and the other person just gives a short answer and walks away. It can feel a little awkward, right?
Oh, yes. I once tried to talk to someone at a cafe. I said, "Hey, is this seat taken?" Yes, even though the seat was clearly empty.
Ouch, that's rough. But that's a good example. Sometimes people are busy or not in the mood to talk. It's not about you.
Exactly. That's an important lesson. Don't take rejection personally. It doesn't mean your English is bad. It just means the timing.
I like that. It's about timing and energy. If one conversation doesn't work, that's okay. You can try again later with someone else.
Yes, every small talk is practice. Even short ones help you get more comfortable speaking.
Totally agree. And some interactions can surprise you. I once asked a stranger for directions and ended up chatting with them for 10 minutes about travel.
That's awesome. It shows that one simple question can open a door. So if the first few words don't lead to a long chat, don't give up.
Exactly. Let's talk about what to do when a conversation feels awkward or quiet.
Great idea. Sometimes silence makes learners nervous, but silence isn't always bad. It gives space to think.
Yes, especially in English. Native speakers often pause before answering. So if someone doesn't reply right away, don't panic, just wait a few seconds.
Or you can gently keep the flow going. For example, if they seem unsure, you can ask a follow-up question, like, "What do you think about that?" Or, "Do you like it here?"
That's smart. Follow-up questions keep the conversation alive. It's like passing a ball back and forth.
And if you feel stuck, you can also comment on your surroundings. "It's a bit noisy here," or "I like this song they're playing." It's simple, but it helps restart the connection.
True. It's like using the environment as your topic. That's a great trick when your mind goes blank.
And don't forget your body language. Smiling, nodding, or keeping open posture shows interest even when you don't have the right words.
Yes, communication isn't only about words. Sometimes a friendly smile says, "I'm comfortable talking to you," better than any sentence.
Right. I think learners often underestimate that. Even with simple English, if you show warmth and confidence, people will respond better.
Absolutely. And if a conversation does end awkwardly, just move on and tell yourself that was good practice, because that's exactly what it is. Practice.
Attitude. No failure, only practice.
Same here. Each small talk, each hi, each mistake makes you a little braver next time.
That's what learning English is all about. Building confidence by step through real moments.
Exactly. So now that we've talked about awkward moments and how to handle them, I think it's time we go deeper into how your tone, confidence, and affect every English conversation.
Oh, yes, that's a big one. Because sometimes it's not what you say, but how you say it that really counts.
You're reading my mind. Let's talk about how to sound more natural, friendly, and confident, even if your vocabulary is simple.
Perfect. That's where real connection begins. Not with perfect grammar, but with the right feeling behind.
So let's explore that next. How to use your tone, Energy to make your English conversations shine.
You know, Elena, we often think good English speakers have big vocabularies or perfect grammar, but that's not always true. Sometimes what really makes a difference is their tone and rhythm when they speak.
Exactly. I've noticed that too. You can say a simple sentence, "How are you?" in so many different ways. Friendly, bored, polite, or even cold, just by changing your tone.
Yes, tone gives emotion to your words. When you say, "Nice to meet you," with energy and a smile, it sounds warm and natural. But if you say it flat, it feels distant.
That's so true. And for English learners, tone is something you don't need to memorize more words. Just pay attention to how you say them.
I love that. It's like adding music to your speech. You can think of English like us as rhythm, stress, and melody.
Beautifully said. For example, in English, we stress the important words, like or she works every day. The strong words carry the meaning.
Right. Learners speak with the same flat sound on every word. It can sound robotic, even if...
Yes, to sound more natural, how native speakers move their voice up and down. You can listen to podcasts or even shadow short clips.
Shadowing, just repeat what you hear, copy the tone, the rhythm, pauses. It's powerful practice.
I do that sometimes with movie scenes, repeat the line with the same emotion, and it really helps me feel the language.
That's the secret, feeling the language. You speak English, don't just say the words, feel the message you want to share.
Because people respond not just to your words, but when you sound confident and relaxed to you.
And confidence doesn't mean being perfect, it means being comfortable. You can make small mistakes and still, if your tone is calm and friendly.
I love that. Confident affection, it's about connection.
For example, imagine two learners say, "Speak English well," but one says it nervously with a smile. "I don't speak English well," but that second one feels positive.
Exactly. The same words, totally different energy of tone.
So true, and this all start conversations. If you sound too shy, people may not know how to respond. But if you sound, people naturally relax.
Right. Smile changes everything. When you sound friendly, people feel safe to talk to you.
Here's a quick trick I tell myself. Before speaking, take one small breath and think, "I'm happy to talk." That changes your voice automatically.
I love that. I sometimes imagine I'm talking to a good friend, even if it's a stranger. It helps my tone become softer and more natural.
That's a great mindset. It removes pressure and makes English sound more human.
Yes, and this doesn't just help in casual talks. It's also important in work situations, presentations, interviews, or meetings.
Definitely. Tone shows respect, interest, and confidence. Even simple sentences like, "Thank you for your time," sound powerful when said sincerely.
You're right, and pronunciation connects to tone too. When we stress the right words and use pauses, our message becomes clear and easy to understand.
Exactly. Let's give a quick example for our listeners.
Sure. Let's take the sentence, "I didn't say he took the book." Depending on which word we stress, the meaning changes completely.
Right. "I didn't say he took the book" means someone else said it. "I didn't actually say it." "I didn't say he took the book." Maybe someone else did. I didn't say he took the book." Maybe it was another book. See? Same sentence, 5 different meanings, just by changing the stress. That's how powerful tone and rhythm are.
That's a perfect example. It shows that learning English isn't only about words. It's about sound, feeling, and meaning.
And that's something every learner can practice even alone. Record yourself speaking, listen, and notice where your tone feels strong or weak.
Yes, self-listening is such a helpful habit. Over time, you'll start to notice small improvements that make a big difference.
And remember, communication is about sharing ideas, not performing perfectly. When you speak with real emotion, people listen.
I couldn't agree more. Speaking from the heart with the right tone turns language into connection.
That's the goal of every conversation. Connection, not perfection.
So, we've talked a lot about how to start conversations and what mistakes to avoid. But here's the thing, Elena. Even if people understand all the tips, they still need practice, real daily practice.
Exactly. You can't just think your way into being good at conversations. You have to speak. You have to use your English. It's like going to the gym. If you only watch workout videos but never lift anything, your muscles won't grow.
True. And the same goes for English. The best way to sound natural is to make speak part of your daily life. So let's talk about some simple daily conversation exercises listeners can actually, even if they don't have a speaking partner.
One of my favorites is called the mirror talk. Just stand in front of a mirror for 3 days, pick one topic, like your day, your plans, or what you ate, and talk to yourself out loud in English. It might feel silly at first, but it helps your brain get comfortable forming sentences quickly.
I love that one. It builds fluency and confidence. And if you combine that with recording yourself once or twice a week, you'll notice progress fast. You can listen back and catch small mistakes, things like verb tenses or pronunciation, and fix them naturally.
Another great exercise is small talk replay. Think about a real situation from your day. Maybe you talked to a classmate, a coworker, or even a cashier. Replay that moment in English. Imagine what you could have said if you were speaking English. It's a fun mental workout, and it keeps your speaking brain active.
Yeah, I use that too. I call it conversation replay. It's especially powerful because it connects English to real experiences. You're not memorizing random phrases. You're practicing what you actually need in life.
For learners who want to take it a step further, try topic of the day. Every morning, pick one topic, like movies, travel, or hobbies, and promise yourself to use 3 sentences about it during the day. It could be when texting a friend, commenting online, or speaking out loud to yourself. It's all valid practice.
That's a good one. And for people who want a simple challenge, here's something I recommend. Every evening, talk about your day in English minutes. You can start with, "Today I woke up at," and go from there. It helps connect English to your daily routine.
You know, Marcus, it's also important to make it enjoyable. Many learners stop practicing because it feels like a chore. So mix English with things you already love. Music, shows, games, or journaling. If you enjoy it, you'll keep going.
Couldn't agree more. Consistency matters more than perfection. Even 10 minutes a day can transform your fluency over time. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to speak.
And one extra tip for shy learners, use AI chat tools or English learning apps to simulate conversations. They're great for getting comfortable with questions and answers without feeling embarrassed.
Yes, that's such a powerful way to practice when you don't have English speakers around. It's like training wheels for real conversations.
So, to summarize, your daily English practice could include mirror talk, recording yourself, replaying real moments, choosing a topic of the day, and talking about your day before bed. Pick one or two of those and make them a small routine.
And remember, small steps done consistently create big results. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about making English a natural part of your life.
Exactly. Because when you practice every day, English stops being just a language you're learning. It becomes a language you live.
Beautifully said, Elena. And once daily practice becomes a habit, you'll notice you don't freeze up when someone talks to you. You'll just respond naturally.
That's when English starts to feel effortless. And speaking of natural conversation, in our next part, we'll show you how everything comes together through real-life example dialogues so you can hear what confident small talk actually sounds like. All right, Marcus, we've shared a lot of ideas and tips, but now it's time to bring it all to life. Let's do a few real conversation examples, just simple, natural English that learners can model and practice.
Sounds great. Let's start with an easy one. Meeting someone new at a cafe.
Perfect. I'll be the friendly stranger, and you can be the person just sitting nearby.
Okay, let's go for it.
Example 1. Talking to a stranger at a cafe. Excuse me, is this seat taken?
Oh, no, it's free. Go ahead.
Thanks. It's so crowded today, isn't it?
Yeah, I think everyone decided to grab coffee at the same time.
True. Do you come here often?
Yeah, I work nearby, so I stop by in the mornings. What about you?
I'm just visiting. I heard this place has the best cappuccino in town.
Oh, it does. You made a good choice.
See? Simple, friendly, and natural. That short chat opens the door for more conversation.
Exactly. It starts with something small, like the seat or the crowd, and then moves into a friendly exchange.
Another one, starting a conversation at work.
Great. Maybe it's Monday morning and are in the break room. Hey, Alaina, how was your weekend?
Pretty good. I have friends. What about you?
Nice. I caught up on sleep.
That sounds perfect. Too fast, don't they?
Every time. By the way, are you later?
Yeah, I'll be there. I still need to finish my slides, though.
Same here. Maybe we can review them together later.
Idea. That one's great for the workplace. Casual, but still professional.
Right. It's polite, easygoing, and helps you connect without being too personal.
Okay, let's switch scenes again. This time, social event or party.
Perfect. This one's about being relaxed and approachable. Hi there. I don't think we've met yet. I'm Marcus.
Hey, Marcus. I'm Alaina. Nice to
meet you too. How do you know the host?
Oh, I work with her. How about you?
She's great at organizing these events.
Nice to get everyone together once in a while.
Yeah. Have you tried the snacks? They're amazing.
But you just convinced me. See how naturally it's friendly, not forced, and keeps the conversation.
And it uses small details, like the host or the food, to keep things.
Let's add one more. When someone wants to keep a short chat, neighbor or classmate.
Good one. It's the perfect example. Small talk.
Morning, Marcus. You're up.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep, so You?
Same here. I love how in the morning.
Yeah, it's peaceful. Did you hear it might rain later?
Oh, really? I didn't check. I hope it doesn't. I've got plans outside.
Fingers crossed. Anyway, enjoy your morning.
You too.
That's such a simple one, but it builds connection. These tiny exchanges make your English more confident every day.
Exactly. You don't need just need a reason to speak, and a smile helps too.
So if you're listening and you want to practice, try shadowing these dialogues. To us, match our tone and feel how the rhythm flows.
And when you're ready, create your own short conversations based on your life. Maybe at school, at work, or in your neighborhood.
The goal isn't to memorize, it's to become comfortable starting, continuing, and ending conversations smoothly.
Because the more natural it feels, the more confident you'll sound.
Exactly. And speaking of sounding confident, our next part is the final one, a full recap and some motivation to help you keep going.
You know, Marcus, I really enjoyed this episode. We covered so many real and practical ways to start conversations in English.
Me too. And what I love most is that it's not just about grammar or perfect sentences, it's about connection, communication, confidence.
Exactly. And for everyone listening, let's do a quick recap before we finish. Your conversation starter checklist.
Right. So first, mindset. Remember, confidence comes from small steps. You just need to be present.
Second, be curious. Real interest in others. Ask questions about their day, their job, or something around you.
Third, use easy openers. Talk your surroundings or a shared experience. Those simple details create comfort.
Fourth, listen actively. When the other person speaks, don't just wait for your turn. Respond naturally, react, and show that you care.
And fifth, every single day. Even short conversations, like saying hello, asking a question at a store, or chatting with a coworker, they all count.
I love because practice doesn't mean studying for hours. It means using English in natural ways.
Exactly. You could start by saying, "Good morning," to someone in English, or commenting, "Nice weather today." Those little steps add up over time.
And if you feel shy or nervous, that's okay. Everyone feels that. What we said earlier, start small and focus on connection, not perfection.
Right. How much progress you make when you talk a little every day.
You know, I think that's the real secret. English daily, even for a few minutes, changes everything.
It does build confidence, you train your brain, and soon it starts to feel breathing.
And if you make mistakes, just smile and keep going. Mistakes mean you're trying, and trying means you're growing.
That's the TalkFlow spirit. We want everyone listening to build that natural, not just with words, but with courage.
Beautifully said, Marcus. And for anyone listening right now, if this episode helped you, use one phrase today. Just one.
That's your challenge. One small conversation in English today. It can be with a friend or even someone at the coffee shop.
Yes, take that first step, because use English, the more it becomes part of you.
And that's what to make English part of your daily life.
So keep speaking and keep believing in every word you speak builds your confidence.
Bringing you more real English conversations so you can practice naturally with you did today.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to English.
Yes, click that subscribe button and give this episode a like. Our channel grow and helps more learners like you.
And we'd from you. Tell us in the comments, what's one small started today?
That's a great one. Maybe you said good news or asked, "How's your day?" Share your story. We less.
And remember, no matter your level, A2, B1, or beyond, confidently if you practice daily.
Keep it simple, keep it consistent, keep it flowing. TalkFlow style.
Yes, TalkFlow English, where confidence grows conversation at a time.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. We're proud of every step you're taking in your English journey.
And until next time, keep speaking, keep smiling, and keep learning.
Take care, everyone. Speak English and remember, progress starts with one word.
Bye for now.
You know, Alaina, one of the things for English learners isn't grammar or vocabulary. It's that moment before speaking, when you want to start a conversation, but your brain suddenly says, nope.
Oh, yes, that silent panic moment. You look at someone, you want to say hi, but all your confidence disappears. And then you walk away thinking, I should have said something.
Exactly. If that sounds familiar, this episode is for you. Today, we're going to help you start conversations in English naturally and confidently, whether you're talking to a coworker or even a stranger.
And don't worry, it's not about sounding perfect. It's about real human connections through English. We'll show you simple ways to start small talk, keep the flow, and actually enjoy speaking.
Before we begin, if you love improving your English conversations like this, don't forget to subscribe and follow our podcast. That way, you can practice English daily with Marcus and Alaina, just like chatting with friends.
All right, let's start with something we all experience, that feelingness before speaking. Why does it happen, and how can you overcome it?
It all starts with mindset. When we think, I must say everything perfectly, our brain freezes. But if we think, I just want to connect, the pressure goes away. Not to impress someone, the goal is to make them feel comfortable.
Yes, and confidence doesn't mean being loud or talkative. It means being comfortable enough to start small. Even a simple, hey, how's your day going? Already powerful.
You'd be surprised how often small talk leads to meaningful connections. It could make someone in line at a cafe or even a person. It's these tiny moments that help you build your English fluency naturally.
Marcus, what's the first thing people should know before starting a conversation?
That the energy you bring matters more than the words you use. Remember how you made them feel, not whether your grammar was perfect. If you smile, make eye contact, and you an interest, your words will flow naturally.
That's such an important reminder. Sometimes we focus on vocabulary lists and we functional side of speaking, but comes from practice and from being kind to yourself when.
Exactly. Every time you start a conversation, your English muscle. It's just like going to the gym. The stronger it becomes.
And if you think you know what to talk about, don't worry. We'll explore real life examples in this episode, from talking about asking small questions that feel natural.
Yes, and we'll also show you how to listen actively so the other person enjoys talking with you, too. Because good conversation is never one-sided. It's a rhythm between two people.
So let's start small. Think of the last time you wanted to talk to someone, but stayed silent. Now imagine you had the confidence to just smile and say, "Hey, nice day today, right?"
Or, hi, I like your jacket. Simple, friendly, natural, and enough to begin a real connection. That's what this episode is all about. Learning to start small and speak often.
Because every hello is a chance to grow your English and your confidence.
Exactly. So stay with us as we go step by step into the art of conversation. By the end, you'll feel ready to start talking to anyone, anywhere in English.
You know, Alaina, I think one of the biggest fears English learners have is just starting. It's that moment before the first word.
Yes, that hesitation. The little voice in your head that says, what if I say it wrong? Or what if they don't understand me?
Exactly. And I think we've all been there. Even native speakers get nervous when starting conversations sometimes.
That's true. People think confidence means never feeling nervous. Confidence is really about doing it anyway.
Right. You feel the fear, but you speak anyway. Because every time you start a conversation, you build that confidence muscle.
And you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be friendly. A smile, a simple greeting, and you're already halfway there.
I like that. You don't need big vocabulary. You